Every developer I know has an opinion about AI coding tools, and every one of those opinions is based on the one tool they already use. That's not a review, that's a habit. So I did it properly. I took 6 of the most popular AI coding assistants and ran identical real-world tasks through each one: GitHub Copilot, Cursor, Windsurf, Tab9, Amazon Q Developer, and Cody. Same prompts, same projects, same measuring tape: completion quality, multi-file understanding, free tier value, language support, and IDE integration. And after all that testing, only 2 of the 6 earned a permanent spot in my workflow. 2 more are situational picks, and 2 I'd uninstall tomorrow. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one fits your stack, your budget, including which free tiers are actually usable and your working style. No hype, no tribalism. Let's get into it.
Contender number 1, GitHub Copilot, the tool that started the category. And in 2026, it's grown into a full suite: inline completions, chat agent mode, code review, PR summaries. But here's what makes it my first winner: the free tier. You get 2,000 real-time code suggestions per month. That's not a demo, that's roughly 60 to 70 completions every working day, free forever. Completion quality is consistently good across languages, and the VS Code and JetBrains integrations are the most polished in the business. It feels native because it basically is native now. The multi-file awareness, once its weak spot, is now solid on paid plans, where you also choose between frontier models. Weaknesses: the chat is competent but not exceptional, and agent mode consumes premium requests that meter quickly on lower tiers. Verdict: if you're asking which one to install first, this is the answer. It's the safest default in the category, and the free tier makes trying it a no-brainer.
Contender 2, Cursor. If Copilot is the safe default, Cursor is the power move. It's not a plugin, it's a full editor, forked from VS Code, rebuilt around AI. The killer feature is Composer. Point it at a task like add authentication to this app, and it edits multiple files in coordination, shows you a diff, and lets you accept or reject file by file. For refactors that touch a dozen files, nothing else comes close. This is the single most impressive AI editing experience I tested. Codebase-aware chat is excellent too. It genuinely understands your project structure, not just the open file. Now the downsides, and they're real. Pricing is subscription-based, around $20 a month for the Pro tier, and heavy agent usage meters fast. Power users regularly blow past included usage. The free trial is generous enough to evaluate, but this is ultimately a paid tool. And because it's a fork, you live on their update cycle, not VS Code's. Verdict: if you write code professionally and want the strongest agentic editing today, Cursor is winner number 2. Casual coders, the free tier of Copilot serves you better.
Contender 3, Windsurf, formerly known as Codium. Don't let the rebrand confuse you. This is the same company that built its name on being the free AI completion tool, and that free DNA survived the transformation. The free tier for individuals remains one of the most generous in the category, and the star feature is Cascade, their agentic flow system that understands your project, runs commands, and coordinates multi-file changes. Think of it as Cursor-style agent power with a lower barrier to entry. Inline completions are fast and low latency. If you used Codium back in the day, that snappiness survived too. Where it falls short of Cursor, the polish gap. Composer in Cursor still feels one iteration ahead in coordinating complex changes, and some advanced features sit behind the paid tiers, around $15 a month for Pro. Verdict: best value in the lineup. If you want to experience agentic AI coding without committing budget, Windsurf's free tier is where you start. For many developers, it's honestly all you need.
Contender 4, Tab9. Here's the thing about Tab9, it's not really competing on capability anymore, it's competing on trust. Its whole identity is privacy. Models that can run locally or air-gapped, zero retention of your code, and enterprise compliance certifications that legal departments love. If you work in defense, healthcare, banking, or any regulated industry where sending code to a third-party cloud is a non-starter, Tab9 is built for you. Full stop, but outside that niche. The honest truth, Completion quality trails Copilot and Cursor noticeably. Multi-file understanding lags the leaders, and the pace of feature shipping has slowed while rivals sprint. The free tier exists but is limited enough that it functions more as a trial. Verdict: situational. If your compliance team has veto power over your toolchain, Tab9 is your pick, and it's good at what it does for everyone else. It's hard to recommend when the winners offer more capability for less.
Contender 5. Amazon Q Developer. The defining question for this tool is one word: Oz. If your world is AWS, Lambda functions, EC2, CDK stacks, IAM policies that make no sense, Q Developer is genuinely excellent. It can answer questions about your AWS resources, explain why a deployment failed, and even perform code transformations like Java version upgrades across an entire codebase. That feature alone can save a team weeks. There's a usable free tier, and the pro tier, around $20 a month, adds more agent capacity. But step outside the AWS garden, and the story changes. General purpose completions are mid-tier. The IDE experience is improving, but still behind Copilot's polish. And its multi-file agent, while capable, works best when the surrounding context is, you guessed it, Oz. Verdict: specialist, not generalist. If AWS pays your bills, put this at the top of your list alongside Copilot. If not, it's a pass. You'd be installing a great AWS tool you never use.
Contender 6, Cody by SourceGraph. Cody's superpower comes from its parent company. SourceGraph has spent a decade building code search for some of the biggest code bases on Earth, and Cody inherits that context engine. On a sprawling monorepo with millions of lines, Cody retrieves relevant context better than almost anyone. It finds the function you didn't know existed 3 repos away. There's a free tier with fairly generous limits, and Pro sits around $9 a month, the cheapest paid tier in this lineup. The weaknesses: inline completions are the weakest of the 6, and the agentic features, while improving fast, haven't caught Cursor or Windsurf. Also worth knowing, SourceGraph has been repositioning Cody around enterprise agents, so the free tier's future is a question mark. Verdict: situational with upside. If you work on a massive code base and constantly think, I know this exists somewhere, Cody is your laser pointer. Otherwise, it's the underdog you watch, not the one you install.
Final scoreboard. Winner number 1, GitHub Copilot, the safe default with a genuinely usable free tier of 2,000 completions a month. Winner number 2, Cursor, the most powerful agentic editing experience on the planet, worth every dollar if coding is your profession. Best value, Windsurf, giving you Cursor-style cascade agents for free. Tab9 only if compliance demands it. Amazon Q only if AWS is your homepage. Cody, the underdog with the best context engine for massive code bases. Here's my simple decision rule: student or casual, Copilot free tier; professional developer, Copilot plus Cursor; budget conscious but agentic curious, Windsurf free. And whichever you pick, remember the tool is a multiplier, not a replacement. The engineers getting the most from AI are the ones who read every diff before accepting it.
Which assistant won your workflow? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one, and the best arguments might just make the next update to this ranking. If this saved you weeks of trial and error, subscribe to FYI. Bot for honest, no-hype AI tool reviews every week. See you in the next one.